Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Tim with Tomes and Tales. I'm Tim, author of Haunting, a short ghost story, and the hard-boiled detective novel Baltimore City. Today on the channel, I'm reviewing Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, the classic tale by Lewis Carrol. Now, it is hard to find someone that hasn't heard of Alice and the eccentric characters of Wonderland. This classic children's novel had such an impact on our culture, one of the main ones being the ushering in an era of novels written to delight and entertain children. The impetus of this novel began with a man telling some children an absurd tale. Carrol had been friends with a man named Henry Little, who had 3 young daughters, including one named Alice, who inspired Carrol's famous story. Carrol told the girls these stories when he visited his friend, and the story goes that Alice had been so entertained she convinced Carrol to write it down. Over the course of a couple years, he perfected it before publication. Wikipedia claims this book is an example of literary nonsense. The opening poem appears to be a reference to the day Carrol came up with the story, mentioning one of the girls demanding a story with nonsense in it. The story begins with a bored girl named Alice, named after the daughter of his friend. One day, along a riverbank, she sees a white rabbit in a waistcoat holding a pocket watch. Having never seen such a thing, she follows the talking rabbit down a hole and into a fantasy world of strange and illogical characters. It is a fun tale, and I can see why it is beloved and studied to this day. Unfortunately, a person might need to study and perform copious amounts of research into the text to discover all the references and alliterations that Carrol used to represent aspects of the 1860s world around him. Some of the phrases are unique to England, and many of the song parodies were based on well-known poems and songs of the day. He described many characters to look like people he actually knew, and all of these references might be lost on modern audiences. Now, I read published annotations of this book, and even with this extra information, I still struggled to wrap my head around what Carrol was talking about. I felt lost, and perhaps the little daughters did as well. Maybe that's one of the appeals of this novel. It could be that the not understanding was the point of the novel. I don't know. That's for the scholars to decide. But I do know that there are some wonderful passages and scenes in this, and I recommend everyone to read it at least once in their life. Anyway, thank you for joining me on my review today. Please remember to hit like and subscribe if you want to help out the channel, or check out some of my own material. I'll leave links to them below. Stay safe, everyone, and happy reading.